Hello and welcome back to Power 5610. I got an email from this company called Foam Action Sports, and I'm thinking to myself, what does foam have to do with shooting? What do they want me to review for them? Well, I find out they're a smaller company, but they're trying to get their name out there, and what I've seen so far, I'm pretty impressed with. They sent me their whole product lineup, minus they have a thing for boats, which I don't have a boat, so it doesn't really apply to me. But their premise is really there, and I really like what they brought to the table. So just going over everything, once again, I know that a lot of shooters are on a budget now, and I'm not going to recommend anything that I wouldn't buy myself. I don't go to an actual range very often. I go to my private range, and you've seen me shoot out of the back of my truck, the bed of my truck. I don't have like a shooting bench. I don't have anything fancy set up. So normally I didn't want to buy a shooting bag for a couple reasons. One, they're heavy. They're not like super heavy, but they're kind of bulky and in the way, I guess is a better way to say it. When I go to the range, I don't know what I'm going to be shooting that day. I have an idea, but usually I'm doing some sort of testing, which you all know how my tests go. But usually I do some kind of testing that involves shooting all my guns. So I have to drive to my parents' house, and I usually take 3 or 4 trips to the truck. I don't want to be carrying a bag that doesn't fit anywhere. So when they got in contact with me, I was like, this is actually a really good premise. I wonder how they hold up. So what Foam Action Sports brought to the table are these X-Blocks. Now, they are shooting rests for your rifle, and they come in 2 different packages. This one I left in the package for you. This is the 2 package. This is the 1 package. Obviously, I already took it out. But let me show you right here. It's a multi-platform X setup, and I have my 300 blackout here. Kind of switched up the angle on you. But you can see the premise here. If I'm in a bench rest, like so, I've got this block, which it moves a little bit, but so it's not as sturdy as a sandbag, but you are saving on the weight. So as you can see here, if I was at a shooting bench, I've got this set up just like I would. I mean, obviously I have a bipod in this one, so it's not the best, but it gives you the support of a sandbag, which it does have a little bit of movement to it, but it's not, I didn't notice it when I was out at the range, which I will be showing some range footage of me shooting through this as well. But I like this because I've shot with sandbags before when I went to the range. And the one thing I didn't like is they were either so low that I couldn't adjust them to a higher height without really messing with it. There's just no adjustability in it. And this one has max adjustability, because if you see here, it's got 3 different cuts, which is why it's called an X. I mean, the bottom's just flat, but so if you want it a little bit lower, if your shooting bench is set up differently, you can have it set lower, which is how I'd have it set up here. And then they have another one this way. It's just a wider cut, gives you a little bit more. And the weight on these things is what really gets me. You get the support of a sandbag, but not the weight. And I'll show some shooting videos of me using these in a little bit. But you can get the single, or you can get the double, whatever you prefer. Personally, I don't shoot very much from rest, so I would only buy a single. However, they do have the double version, and let me show you what it's nice for. So here we have the double setup here. I don't have it set up very well, but you have one in the upright position, one in the down low position. That way you have full control over just putting, one hand back on your shoulder, one right here, and you have it all set up for a shot. And this is great for, if you are sighting in your gun, for instance, and you want to walk away from it for a little bit, to go check your sights or whatever, you can just set it up just like this. And the weight of these things is probably my favorite part about it, because you're getting the structural integrity of a sandbag without sacrificing weight. So you can just throw one of these, I mean, you could throw one of these in the laptop bag of your range bag, because I know a lot of people just use book bags, and it would be, it's a little bit bulky, but you're saving so much weight. It's less weight than a sandbag and way cheaper. So you've got this set up here, and then you just take your hand off, you go check your sights, and you come back and everything's well in the world again. So my recommendation is they sell, like I said, the single pack, the dual pack. The single pack is $14.99 and the dual pack is $26.99. So it's just around the exact same price as if you were to buy one versus two. It's a little bit cheaper to buy two. My recommendation, buy two. If you only need one, give one to a friend, because I really like these. I'm gonna keep it in my truck. It's out of the way. You know, you don't have to worry about lugging it to the range with you. You have dual support here, and it's really nice to have. And for the price point, I mean, when I was looking at sandbags, I don't know, they might have changed since then. $40 for a sandbag generally, just one. You can make your own, I know there's that, but these are just, they weigh a lot less. They're just as structurally sound in my opinion, and I'll go out and shoot some with it so you guys can see that, see how they hold up. And once again, I'll be in my truck, but I can still use them as a support laying down in the bed of my truck. So I'll take you out to the range real quick, show you how these things work out, and then then I'll show you the other thing that I really like from this company. So we're back in the basement. As you can see, they held up really well during the shooting, which they're just supports, so it's not like, you know, they have that much to them. They're very thick foam. Give you a little bit better of a close-up here, and just like I said, all the different cuts on them. Super light. I mean, they're foam. I don't know how to tell you how light these are. I don't have my scale with me, but they're light. Put it this way, when it showed up on my door, I thought it was like a coat or something, because it was a big package, but so light. But that wasn't, when he sent me the product list of what he had, that wasn't my most exciting thing. Because like I said, I don't shoot from rest often. I usually just stand up and shoot. This, however, is a game changer. This, my friends, is the Foam Action Sports Mag Out model. It is a magnetic gun holder, and as you can see, it's got 3 different slots right here. Fully adjustable, obviously, because it's magnetic. For most vehicles, you can put it right on the side of your vehicle and just rest your gun up. You can adjust the height. The other day I put it down low so I could rest my pistols on it. I mean, it's fascinating, but yet it's still something that's just so, I don't even know how to put it. It's so obsolete that you don't even think about needing it, and then you're like, wow, that's a really good idea. $14.99 as of right now, as the making of this video, and these are just magnificent. Let me pull the guns off so I can show you a little bit better video, or a little bit better picture of what it is. So this is it as well. You can see it's a little bit thinner than the other product right here, but it has these 3, which I've kind of indented it and scuffed it a little bit, so you can see the 3 magnets. And that was on a freezer. There's a fridge. This is going to stay in the truck with me at all times, just because it's just gonna be nice to have this out at the range. If I don't wanna lay my guns down or whatever, just throw this up wherever I want it to be, just the height. Maybe I'm shooting, you know, my pistols, like my AR pistols. Maybe I'm shooting my rifles. You know, maybe I'm shooting my actual pistols. It's just so, one of those things you're like, why didn't I ever think that I needed this before? And now you'll know why. But nice, strong, powerful magnets. There is no magnet in here for retention, but it's just one of those things, like I said, I'm like, that's a really good idea. And it sits however you want. If you have a gun safe, on the outside of a gun safe, you know, you need a little extra room because you're waiting for your upgrade to come. There's your solution for the next one. It's just something that I was super fascinated by, and I had to share it with you guys. So I'm just really excited that I got this product because I'm gonna keep this in the truck at all times, throw it on my truck when I'm not shooting. Unfortunately, the one downfall of the Fords is they're made of aluminum, so it doesn't stick to the side, but the tailgate or the bumper works. I can also put it over there on my side steps if I wanted to. So there you have it, guys. Foam Action Sports, check them out. Once again, I'm not gonna try and sell you guys anything that I wouldn't buy myself. And these have held up great. They're great for being out on the range. They're great for being out at a shooting range with a shooting bench. They're a great setup. I mean, just for everything, and they're so lightweight. I mean, there's really nothing to them. I would say maybe half a pound each. They're just so nice to have. They're not as bulky as a sandbag, they're not as heavy as a sandbag, and you still get that support that you need to shoot with. And it's got adjustments on it, so if you need to adjust it any way you need to shoot, that's the way it is. I'm gonna link their webpage down below. Know also that they also sell those on Amazon as well. I'll link their Amazon page down below for you as well. Definitely recommend this product. Cannot say enough about it. Thank you, Foam Action Sports, for sending me your stuff. I'm super glad to have a chance to have tested it. So that's all for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you check these guys out, and make sure, as always, you like, comment, and subscribe. I've been Pyro. Have yourselves a wonderful day.